Hello everybody, welcome back to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We just got done talking about stand-up performances and team rankings for the WNBA, and we're now going to move on to talking about Barcelona and Argentina soccer updates. So we're going to talk about how Barcelona won the Women's Champions League crown and the players that quit the Argentina team for some little gossip right there. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so Barcelona ended their losing streak this against the game's most successful club on Saturday, beating Lyon 2-0 to clinch its third Women's Champions League title in 4 years. World Player of the Year, Itana Bonmatí scored in the second half, and former world player Alexia Putellas added a second deep in stoppage time for defending champion Barcelona in front of a record crowd of 50,827 people for a final. Bonmatí said, "This team has made history. With each passing year, we just want more. The first time we have beaten Lyon, and to do it like this in a final, winning back-to-back Champions League titles, this team deserved it." Barcelona lost the two previous finals it played against the French side in all four of its previous matches against Lyon, which was seeking a record-extending 9th European trophy. Barcelona adds to its Women's Champions League titles in 2021 and 2023 in its fourth consecutive final. Lyon coach Sonia Bonpastor said, "The reality is that Barcelona has taken 2 consecutive titles and their dynamic is extremely positive, not only regarding results but also amount of quality of the game and the amount of support that they have. The other clubs, not only Lyon, have to be motivated by that and try to find ways to beat that." Barcelona defender Lucy Bronze then said, "We knew we needed to be a club that made history. It's not easy, it's hard to win at once, but to do it back-to-back, Lyon showed how difficult it is. This team finally done that. We go down in history as one of the best teams in Europe." Former Barcelona player Messi congratulated the women's side on Instagram. Their success follows Spain's triumphs last year in the Women's World Cup and the inaugural Women's Nation League. Actually getting into the game itself, it was an even match from the start, with neither team really creating significant scoring opportunities. Lyon hit the woodwork and goalkeeper Kristen Endler made easy saves at the other end. Lyon was able to keep Bonmatí in check during most of the match, but she broke through with the opening goal with a nice run into the area before firing a left-footed shot past Endler in the 63rd minute. The ball deflected off the leg of Lyon defender Vanessa Gillies. Putellas came off the bench in stoppage time and scored a few moments later. She celebrated by taking off her jersey and running towards the fan. It was so fun to watch. Bonpastor, the first woman to win the Women's Champions League as a player and coach, was trying to become the first woman to win 2 titles as a coach. Lyon was playing in its 11th final in 15 seasons and was seeking its first title since it beat Barcelona in the 2022 final. The French club also defeated Barcelona in the 2019 final, and it won 5 titles in a row from 2016 to 2020. So, a little rivalry there. Lyon defender Danielle Van de Donk said, "I'm very emotional. No one likes to lose a final. You're here to win it. It's a shame you don't create enough. Barcelona overtook the game and they kind of deserve the win. I'm so very proud of my team. We gave it our all. We had some regrets, of course, but hopefully next year we're back again." The Barcelona victory came as soccer officials celebrated the success of a 5-year plan to boost the women's game, a plan that was renewed ahead of the final to keep the sports growing. The time for auction project was put in place by the UEFA in 2019 to try to improve women's soccer. The European soccer body aimed to double the number of women and girls playing the game and said it was more than doubled that target, with nearly 3 million women and girls currently playing soccer thanks to their investments of key initiatives such as the UEFA football in schools. And then UEFA said that there are now 47 associations with a strategy in place for women's soccer, and noted that 20% of its committee members are now female. So it's been going very good so far. Beginning in the 2025 to 2026 season, UEFA will introduce a single league stage featuring 18 teams and a second club competition in women's soccer. UEFA this season also launched a new national team competition system with the Women's Nation League and the Women's European Qualifiers. The goal was to basically help develop a national team game in the same way that the Women's Champion League is, reshaping the club's landscape and improving the competitiveness. Now, let's take a little switch here and talk about the players that quit the Argentina team. This is very sad because all of these players are amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just had like technical difficulties. My screen just like completely froze. That scared me. I was like, please don't shut down on me right now. Okay, so let's talk about these 3 players. So these 3 players quit Argentina's women's squad on Monday at a dispute over not being paid and conditions at a camp ahead of 2 friendlies. Goalkeeper Lorena Oliveros, defender Julieta Cruz, and midfielder Lorena Benitez, all regular starters, walked out. Cruz posted on Instagram, and I quote, "We reached a point in which we are tired of the injustices of not being valued, not being heard, and even worse, being humiliated. We need improvements for Argentina's women's soccer national team, and I'm not only talking about finances. I speak about training, having lunch, breakfast." Cruz and Benitez said during national squad training sessions they received a ham and cheese sandwich and a banana, which they consider inadequate for high-performance athletes. I agree with that. I don't think that's enough. They said the Argentine Football Association told them they won't be paid for the friendlies against Costa Rica on Friday and Monday because the games are at home in Buenos Aires. I don't understand that one either. And Benitez added their family members are being charged 5,000 pesos, which is $5, for match tickets, which also does not make sense to me at all either. I'm like, they should not be having to pay. Oliveros wrote on Instagram, with a broken heart and thousands of dreams disappearing little by little, may the next generation enjoy and be happy running after football as we were some time ago. Estefania Banani, considered the country's best female player ever, supported her 3 former teammates. Last year, she also decided to stop playing for the national team, and she posted on social media, "A matter of time, thanks for being willing to speak about it." The situation with Argentina's women's national soccer team is deeply concerning and highlights a systematic issue that plagues not just soccer, but many sports globally. In my opinion, it's high time that governing bodies, sponsors, and fans give women's sports the support and respect they deserve. The disparity in treatment between male and female athletes is stark and just unacceptable. Female athletes train with the same intensity, commitment, and passion as their male counterparts, and it's only fair that they receive equal treatment, including proper nutrition, training facilities, and fair compensation, and like ticket prices, like for family members. The courage shown by these players in a stepping forward cannot be understated. By taking a stand, they are not only fighting for their rights, but also paving the way for future generations of female athletes. It's crucial for the sports community globally to rally behind such causes and push for systematic changes. This incident should serve as a wake-up call to sports organizations everywhere that change isn't just necessary, it's overdue. As fans and supporters of the sport, we must demand better and hold these organizations more accountable. Only then can we hope to see true equity in sports where athletes are valued for their talent and dedication and irrespective of gender. Also, it is important to note that these are 3 of the top players in the Argentina team, and to have them leave is a huge wake-up calling in a way. Oh my gosh, someone just said, did you say Gwen Stefani? I'm so sorry. I did not say Gwen Stefani. Estefania is the first name. I'm so sorry. It did sound like I did say Gwen Stefani. I'm so sorry. That must be confusing. I'm very bad at pronouncing names. I apologize. But just having these 3 players who are starters, it's a huge wake-up call to all teams out there, and not just in soccer teams, but to all teams. They're taking a huge stand for female athletes, and I think that's something that we should admire, but also it's a big wake-up call to the sports community globally. So now I'm going to dive into the next segment where we're going to talk about past women's MMA events and the current rankings. Before we do so, we are going to be taking a short break. So I will see you guys very soon.